is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, episode 106. Baby. Jake Williams, your host. That's me. That's Tyler.
I'm Tyler.
Yeah.
I'm the other host. Does that make us co-hosts?
That's what that does, son.
That's what that does.
Pew pew quip, pew pew quip.
Yeah.
Full of those today.
You know, I really just appreciate our audience. Thanks for listening every week.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
dealing with us, stupid shit.
Yeah, thanks for riding along on this trip and not knowing where it's going.
Nice.
And then Tyler would
was
say,
okay. Yes! Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
That's
mean it.
exactly what I
I
would say.
mean it.
I mean it. So we have an interesting show this week. As you know, the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strike is still going on. So we're going to have some updates about that a little bit. And then we're going to talk about the Loki Season 2 trailer was dropped. And we'll have some info on that. And a special surprise.
A return
Jake.
segment.
Yes. Which return segment, though?
It has to deal with our favorite cybernetic law enforcement.
Oh
officer.
my God! Is it RoboCopalooza?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
Hey,
Should
you know,
we do the drop?
yeah,
No,
just-
we'll do it later.
yeah,
You gotta
we'll do it when it's time.
when it's time.
Just like Orson Welles said about the Martini and Rossi Asti Spumante. Now,
Wow.
one thing we do have another segment that's coming back next week, and it's going to be a surprise.
I don't know about this.
It's going to be What's in My Mouth,
Oh.
and it's going to be the pineapple jalapeno Doritos.
Ew.
Yes.
What about the mustard Doritos? You get any of those?
I never got either one of those, and I don't care. But I
You
did
know who
hear,
likes them?
Tiki Watiti.
You know, I did hear the I did hear the mustard ones tasted a little bit like Dijon, which I think is good.
Ugh.
What?
I got what I paid for.
Yeah, I fucking did. But that'll be up for next week, so stay tuned for next week for another returning segment. We got oodles. How many returning segments do we got? We got What's in My Mouth, Grift
Did you say
Report,
oodles?
Mhm.
Oh,
Grift
boy.
Report. We got RoboCopalooza. What else do we got? We need to bring back the censored segment. Remember that?
Yeah, the edited for TV.
We need to bring that back, dude.
Speaking of TV,
We've gotten a lot
oh
of
my gosh,
electronic
my
mails.
phone is going off and
What
it's
is going
ticking me off. But anyway, we have TV to talk about.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, I almost burped. It's Loki
It's
season
disgusting.
2 coming out in October, but we got our first trailer for
I
it.
thought this was a second trailer because
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
there was
you,
like a
you know how they
teaser.
do that shit where they do like the
many
teaser and
fucking
then
trailers?
this is the official trailer.
this is the final trailer
Yeah.
of part 2
and I'm just over
of
here
Dune
like,
just came out. What? Yeah,
yeah.
I can't keep track.
Oh
of all
yeah,
these goddamn things.
Blue Beetle this past month has had the final trailer because this movie's coming out. That movie is going to flop very hard. Yeah,
Sorry.
and that sucks. I
Yeah.
think it would have been perfectly fine as an HBO Max movie. It's cool that they're making it a wider release,
Right.
but yeah, that's not what we're talking about here. So
I mean, I'm just trying to think like what could possibly make it like a big movie is. I don't know.
But anyway, all things considered, I did enjoy this. It looked good to me. I thought it was a fun trailer.
Oh, really?
But I think that Marvel really has their backs against the wall now. I mean, you're going to have the MCU fucking dipshit haters that are going to exist, but I think a lot of mainstream audiences are like legitimately starting to get fed up with it, and I think that's a problem. And look, I don't agree with Bob Iger, especially with what he's saying with what's going on with the strike. But I do think he had a point about how Disney Plus has affected that brand. And I think that when you keep doing these 6-episode series that you insist mean something, but then never really do anything with, WandaVision is the only one that it had an impact
On the movies.
on a movie. And that was changed later. Like, she was supposed to be the villain, but that movie was supposed to come out before WandaVision, so they had to flip like all that. And another thing that's frustrating is, okay, hold one second. I'm almost there, and then we'll go to what you're saying. To enjoy the Marvels properly, you have to watch WandaVision, you have to watch Miss Marvel the show, and then you have to watch fucking Secret Invasion. Because I think it's like Secret Invasion is closely tied to this shit. And it's like,
sure,
that's a lot of homework for a lot of people. People got families and work and shit. They don't have time to invest 6 hours into this.
Here's the one thing. Like,
or not 6 hours, 12 hours.
I have to make a confession. I have not rewatched an MCU movie. I can't remember the last time I rewatched. I tried to watch Quantum Mania. I got about halfway through before. Well, no, something came up, and then I just never got back to it. So it's not like I didn't want to, but I didn't rewatch Love and Thunder. I wanted to watch Wakanda Forever, but I knew that I would have emotions because I did when I saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to be prepared for that, and I never really am. The first three phases of movies, I know how it all ends, so it's kind of like I don't really want to watch Civil War. I mean, I know how that ultimately ends. I haven't rewatched, and I've never rewatched any of the MCU shows. I watch them when they come out on the weekly basis, and then I don't rewatch them like.
Well, to be honest,
binge.
To be honest,
I should, but I don't.
I also do that with every show. I'm not usually someone that comes back. I've watched.
I rewatched the entire series, but that took like a day.
I've rewatched The Office a few times.
Sure,
How I Met Your Mother.
I've rewatched series, yeah, but just none of these because
New
remember,
Girl. That's a rare thing. I don't do that very much.
I have to bring up. We brought it up many times, but I gotta fucking bring up Moon Knight. Moon Knight is the perfect example of what we're talking about because
how hyped we were and
you
how it
go
let us
back
down.
to every one of the episodes that we talked about Moon Knight except for the last episode.
We liked it, yeah. For the most
Every
part.
single week, we're just fucking gushing.
Dude, episode 5 was the best episode.
Oh my god, we're just gushing over everything and just this is so good and this is gonna be so good. Remember the first episode we were watching it? I remember we were watching it. I was
episode 2.
We
watched the second.
The very
episode,
first episode, you're watching it and you're like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And then at the very end,
it's so cool to see him in his costume.
Yes,
and,
yeah, you're right. Second episode, yeah.
No, we watched the second episode together.
Right. But I'm saying like at first it was like, what is this? What's going on? But then you listen to that last episode review, and it's like, I'm not sure what happened. And that is a microcosm of every MCU show.
Finale.
Well, every MCU show has. While you're watching it, while you're like in episode 4, like right in the middle of it, and you're doing it week to week, like they want you to.
Yeah.
It's like, man, this is the best thing ever. And then you get to the end of it, and you're like. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes of Secret Invasion, and guess what? Never fucking gonna.
Hey,
why? Because why the fuck should I? I know what happens.
That's the thing. I told myself I was gonna binge it. Then after it came out, I saw things from the finale. I was like, you know what? This is the first time, other than you could maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if you want to get technical. I didn't watch that, but this is like the first time in a long time that there's a Marvel property, and I'm just like, I don't care. I don't care that I didn't watch it, and I am getting to the point of like,
you know what you're missing out on by missing Secret Invasion? A bunch of really excellent scenes between Don Cheadle and Samuel L. Jackson. But that's like the first 3 episodes. The rest of them, I don't know.
Well, and then
they
undermine everything. This is what. See,
how well
okay,
it feels like this isn't as well thought out as Feige wants us to believe, doesn't it?
And that's the thing.
It feels like they're just drawing dots and like, okay, well, maybe
we've talked about how
throwing darts at the wall.
We've talked about how we like the multiverse,
sure,
and how that works, right? And
if you do it right,
how you like that's something from the comics that we enjoy and what's cool. You know what we don't like that you took from comics is this fucking the retconning. It's so. Why are you... so you're telling me the roadie that saw his best friend die went through time and space to save the world?
No, Rhodey was blipped.
Was a Skrull the whole
Rhodey
fucking
was
time?
blipped.
No, he's in the second movie. He's in Endgame. Because he's with Nebula when they go back in time to get Star-Lord. Because when they're he survived. Because remember he was explaining time. Him and
you're right. Sorry.
Bruce Banner were explaining time travel to Scott Lang.
Right.
And Back to the Future and all that. So,
yes.
But my point is that Rhodey, according to your director, has been a Skrull since Civil War. You realize how much you fucking gutted from that character?
Mm-hmm.
All that being said, I liked this trailer and I'm excited for Loki season 2. I am. You know why? Because consistently, 2 shows that stood out to me and have constantly stood out, WandaVision and Loki. Right. Those were the 2 best, in my opinion.
Loki was one show that really furthered a lot of the understanding. It felt like it furthered the narrative, the larger narrative. And I know we've talked about this before, and I hate going into these movies being like, what new Easter eggs am I going to, like what's going to, because you do want to see something to further the story. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Doesn't.
Great movie, but does nothing to further the narrative of the MCU currently. Okay, well, does that mean it's not a good movie or that I shouldn't have watched it? No, it's just...
It was clearly an ending for those...
Right.
Those characters in that story arc.
Right. You would have liked to see maybe like a mid-credit scene, like something, but, whatever.
Yeah. Well, they also set it up to be a new Guardians team.
Sure. Right. Yeah. I mean, the door's not closed. That's cool.
Yeah.
But, Quantumania does further the narrative in a big fucking way. It introduces Kang effectively to the MCU.
And the scene that you saw in the trailer is the scene from Quantumania where they find Victor Timely.
Right.
Which also...
Timely Comics is what Marvel was before it was Marvel.
But I do think...
But is Quantumania a great movie? No, not by any means. In fact, it's kind of a by the numbers MCU movie, really.
I think that Endgame, there's been a handful of really solid projects from Endgame. Most of them have been contentious. I personally have, we've
She-Hulk is one show that did stand out to me that didn't further the narrative, but
it did and it didn't.
Sort of, but right, it brought Daredevil.
It says Daredevil exists,
and
it also
it was still a great show though. I loved watching every episode, and it was consistently.
But that's what I mean. There's like a handful of projects, and this is also what happens when you. And we've been talking about superhero fatigue for quite a while. I just think people. I don't necessarily attribute. How do I say this? I don't think that fatigue exists. People just change, and people. When you hit them with 42 projects in 15 years, they're probably going to be like, this is a lot. Even for me, I wanted to. We talked about Secret Invasion, hyping it up before it came out. It came out, and it didn't. And you know what? I'm not going to watch that fucking Agatha show. I don't care about that. Yeah. But you know what? I'm okay with it existing.
I might watch it.
But I am a little worried.
Catherine Hahn's awesome.
I'm a little worried. Because, and it could work because the Marvel Universe is that's the thing with Disney having Star Wars and Marvel. These universes are so vast. You can do so many things. But, I don't know. There's something about Tom Hiddleston being Loki again. I think there's something about, okay, now we full on have experienced a version of Kang, so now we're going to see how this Victor Timely thing's going to work out and how that's all going to pan out.
You got to love, what's his name, Owen Wilson.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he's kind of like Miles in the Spider-Verse movies where he's glitching in and out of time and space. I like that. It's interesting.
We got to see Ke-Huy Quan. I think
look at him going from one multiverse project to another multiverse project. That's an
I still have not seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I haven't either.
Need to.
I've heard nothing but good things.
Nothing but good. And Michelle Yeoh.
But again, all this baggage of where we are at the MCU, I still find I still enjoy that cast. I'm interested to see where that goes, but there needs to be. First of all, it would have never happened. But if we could have just ended at Endgame, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But money talks, and we have to continue this narrative.
Well, I'm not mad that
continue this.
I'm not mad that it continued.
I'm not either. But
I love seeing
Namor. They need some fucking direction.
Yes.
They have no direction still, and we thought we were supposed to. But I think the problem is, Marvel.
Are we in Phase 5 now?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think
Phase 4 was
Marvel
so
is
great.
getting too reactionary at times, like Star
Right,
Wars
right.
was, like the original trilogy.
Remember,
the
Feige
sequel
kept
trilogy.
saying all throughout Phase 4, we have a plan in place. We know what we're doing. I don't fucking think you do
But
anymore.
I think Loki could be like it was the last time around.
I think
it
honestly,
is.
we were talking about this off the air. It looked like the same shit as the first season. I agree with you that there's a lot to like about it, and I can't remember the actress's name. I'm gonna look it up.
The one who plays Sylvie.
No, the actress who plays the TVA.
I know who you're talking about.
She was in We Run This City.
She's also
We
in
Own This City.
Lovecraft Country.
And Wunmi Mosaku, she was in We Own This City, and she was also, you said, Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
But she,
Lovecraft County.
I'm excited to see her because I really like. She's one of those actors, and there's so many good ones, but she's one of those actors who can kind of disappear into the role a little bit. Because the characters from Loki to We Own This City are night and day. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see that. And then it looks like there's a lot of multiverse stuff going on. But again, give me something. Give me some furthering. And I know that right now the strike is going to make everything like really fucked up when stuff comes back around.
Yeah.
Because they have this, then they have the Marvels, and then I think that's all they have.
Which we'll get to that. They might be delaying that, so we'll see.
The
But
Marvels?
yeah.
Well, they should have thought about that before they started releasing the Lego sets and the fucking McDonald's shit. They have McDonald's shit right now. Happy Meals.
Brilliant!
I know. Talk about getting what you pay for.
Oh yeah.
I got what I paid for.
50 cents.
I'll eat your ass.
You know it.
For 50 cents?
For 50 cents, I'll eat your ass. Wow. That was an unreleased Faith No More song. Let's move on. Dip it up and get your ass.
That's a perfect segue. So we're talking about you were talking about the strike causing issues, and that we talked about it before. That's the point of a strike. They're supposed to be disruptive. They're supposed to try and cause these businesses to realize, hey, we are a big part of what keeps this engine running in Hollywood.
Hey, by the way, I just do want to say that I do smoke outside with a guy that works in my complex who works for UPS, and they actually caved in. UPS did. So there is no UPS strike.
Yeah, there was going to be a strike at the
But
end
I
of
was
the month,
talking to him about that.
end of July.
And he was like, you know what? We got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what really pisses me off about strikes is that every time the people
It could have just been taken care of.
the people have what they
They
want.
have the money.
Absolutely.
These
All they have to do.
billionaires who make millions of dollars every minute have it. Like, come on.
And I was talking to him about that. I was just like, isn't that fucking stupid? Like, they had exactly what you needed. And he's like, yeah, well, we took about $840 million from them. I'm like, fucking good for you guys,
Fuck 'em.
you know?
And you know what? Good.
Good for
Good.
them. Absolutely. You want to know why you get a fucking weekend? Unions. Don't come at me with
Unionize.
Don't come at me with Jimmy Hoffa.
Where is he? So
Under the field at... Actually, I think they bulldozed Meadowlands.
So some studios have already caused delays because of the strikes. Sony has had some of the biggest moves. So Sony, they have another video game adaptation for Gran Turismo that's going to be coming. That was originally supposed to come out next week.
Didn't we see a trailer for that during the summer?
Yeah,
Who's in that?
David Arbor's the like coach for the driver.
Oh, it's that stupid
Gran
based on
Turismo.
a true story.
Yeah, it's a video game.
fuck
It's based
off.
on a video game, based on all this stuff.
whatever.
So anyway, yeah, Sony has moved Gran Turismo to
I want to
August
see
25th.
the movie that's based off of a cereal. Let's fucking go full
Well,
board
we already have
capitalism.
Flaming Hot, so why not?
What's Flaming Hot?
It's the Flaming Hot Cheetos movie. It's about the guy who invented the flavor for
What?
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
What?
Eva Longoria directed it.
You kidding me?
No, it's a real
Why?
movie. Can we move on?
God damn it! You're kidding me.
Come on.
Oh,
Jesus.
fuck.
Another delay. I didn't even know this movie was supposed to come out this year. The Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel has now been moved from Christmas to spring
Still haven't seen
2024.
it. Still have not seen
Spring
Afterlife.
2024, and then the biggest one is Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has been delayed indefinitely. So originally it was supposed to come out in March. Now it's being indefinitely delayed, which is good based on the working conditions for the first movie, and a lot of animators don't think the movie would be done in time.
So now that you have this extra time, do you want to give the animators the proper working conditions that they deserve, you fucks?
Yeah. The animators, that's another thing, too.
Because the animators aren't on strike.
I think the next people that need to unionize and strike are fucking visual effects artists.
Jesus.
Knocked over my bottle.
Holy crap.
Good thing it was empty and I had a cap on it.
Let that be a lesson.
Kids.
Let me go ahead and put this.
Put a cap on your water bottle.
Put a cap on your
ass is how you're going to say. Yeah, no, they need to strike next because of all we've heard of Marvel and what happened with Sony with the Spider-Verse stuff. They need to go on. And I just want to point out, something like Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse being delayed is a good thing.
Yes.
I want to say that up front. As someone who experiences a lot of delays with video games, someone who plays I am always okay with the game getting delayed because that means these people are not fucking breaking their backs trying to get this done.
And they're also not just shooting out shit at us.
And now, it's going to be bad if you don't have more time to do it. Exactly.
Can we talk, since we're talking all this negativity, can we talk about A24? Which is that the only movie studio that has acquiesced to the WGA and SAG-AFTRA?
It's the only one that I know.
As far as I know.
That's the only one I know.
And I've seen the numbers. The numbers are like all that, like Netflix and like Disney and all these, all they have to give up is like 0.00001% of their fucking earnings. That's all to end the strike. And they're not. Can you believe this shit, dude? Can you believe these fucking billionaire fucking cocksuckers? You know what? The worst thing to ever happen to capitalism, and this is a good thing, I despite all of the fucking people that we lost, was COVID. It made us realize that the society we live in is fucking bullshit.
Also,
we don't have to live like this.
You're finding out that people, and we've talked about it a bunch of times on the show.
We don't have to go somewhere 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and fucking leave our kids at home and all that shit.
Workers are feeling more empowered than ever to stand up.
Yes, fucking revolt.
You control the means of
Communism,
production,
man.
Woo!
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go full bore commie.
Can we make that a stab?
What?
Like a little sting just to annoy people?
What?
Yeah, Karl Marx, and have like a fucking. That's your new homework, buddy.
Marxism.
Today in Marxism.
Hey, we're gonna talk about how you, the proletariat, can take over the means of production.
I mean, the central function of capitalism is to separate the worker from the means of production.
Hey, and make sure that if you're hanging out with a dipshit like Stalin, that you include him in all the parties, or he's going to have you killed after the revolution. Whoops.
Warner Brothers is considering delaying Denis Villeneuve's Dune Part 2 from November
You fucking dicks.
to 2024.
Why don't you just stab me in the face right now?
Wow.
Legendary.
But
who is it?
Hey, man, this is another thing, too. I think if any of these studios, Warner Brothers has got to cut a fucking deal because they are in debt.
Can I tell you, one of the things the only thing that I have right now, by the way, I'm in full solidarity with the WGA and SAG-AFTRA because I have let all of my subscriptions to these places lapse. Not on purpose, but
So what, are you just watching Tubi?
Roku. Green Acres, dude. That's my long box. Anyway, we'll get to that. But they have on Max, they have this, it's like Mac or WB 100 Years. And it's 4-part series. Have you seen this?
No, I've seen it on the
You've seen
app.
it on, I haven't watched it.
Yeah,
but
me
dude,
neither.
can I just say, during the time when you were probably the most heavily in debt as a company ever in your history, the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strike is going on. Your fucking rebranded fucking streaming service sucks a fat fucking big dick, dude.
Because you got rid of all your properties in a fire sale.
No, it is literally unfucking user friendly, dude. It hides all the subtitles now. That's a new feature.
I haven't had those issues.
Yeah, I have issues all the whatever. Anyway, the point is,
I'm just saying I haven't.
Can I just say that you guys paying a bunch of people a bunch of money to make a 4-part series about how great Warner Brothers is right now? Really fucking bad optics, man. Really fucking bad.
Not a good look.
Not a good look at all, dude.
Not a good look.
Not
for
a
you.
good look, you fucking douchebags.
Yeah.
Ah!
But I think that's big because I think they were really banking on. I think they were really banking on Barbie and Dune to carry them this year. I think Barbie obviously is doing perfectly
Barbie's
fine.
doing way better than they thought, probably.
Way better than they projected.
Of course.
Because I think they projected it to make like 75 to 80, and it made 155, I think.
Already.
And in their opening, just their opening.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying like it's still going.
Yeah.
By the way, Shapiro, how does that feel being wrong about that?
Go woke, bro. Go broke.
Because I mean, still going strong second week.
Also, some shuffle.
You know what? If it drops off in the third at all, he'll be like, "You see what I said?"
Also, shuffling around again
Mm.
is I didn't know this was happening, but they're making a remake, the musical adaptation of The Color Purple.
Okay.
And Aquaman: The Lost Kingdom could possibly delayed once.
Oh
again.
damn!
Just fucking scrap. Sorry, I don't mean to scream so loud, but just scrap this shit, dude. It's nobody fucking cares about this Aquaman movie. Nobody does. You know why? And you know what, DC? I'm sorry, but this is why you are the fucking situation you're in. You constantly delay these goddamn movies. I don't fucking care about them. DC fans, and I'm a DC guy. We don't even show up to these movies anymore. Although I did see Shazam 2 in theaters, and I did see The Flash.
Shazam 2 was good.
But that's my point. Is
So
like
was The Flash.
I don't care. I really don't care about this fucking Aquaman movie. I just don't.
I was at, speaking of DC
Because
stuff,
they kept delaying it.
I was at granted, Flashpoint took 9 years. We still saw
I will say, this is the one time I justify the delay because of the strikes.
Sure.
The other two times, unacceptable. Just put that fucking movie out.
I was talking to the Lego guy at JCD and Hobby today, and we were talking about how the
Shout
Lego
out to JCD and Hobby.
Boom. We were talking about how Lego.com, you can shop by theme, and one of the themes is DC. It's like 10 items, okay? And they're all Batman related.
Yeah, because that's all anybody cares about anymore.
No, but here's the problem, dude. They buy and sell boxed and also fully built Lego sets. And one of the sets that they had in a box, which if I could afford it, I would have loved to buy it. About 4 or 5 years ago, they came out with this DC set, and it's this giant Justice League jet. It came with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, and Hawkman, motherfucker, and Cyborg. And then they had a big figure of Darkseid. Fucking Darkseid, dude. This was a set that had no ties to any movie. It was just a fun set. Hey, you know what? Here's some DC characters that we don't have minifigures of. That same year, they came out with a Batman set that came with Blue Beetle and Killer Moth. They had another one that came out with Katana, Gorilla Grodd, fucking Captain fucking Boomerang, dude. It was insane. And Deadshot. And it was just like, what happened to these sets? These sets were great, and I can't imagine that they didn't sell like hotcakes. You know, I mean, what Lego's doing right now, and I know this is kind of getting off onto a Lego.
Well, let's not go into a Lego.
All right.
What's Lego doing right now?
I'll make it quick.
Brick by brick with Tyler.
There you go. That's a drop. No, but what they're doing right now is they keep putting out sets. Like every Star Wars set that they put out lately is a repeat of one they did before. There's no new sets.
Yeah, because they're just doing it off the movies and
right. But they haven't done any Ewok shit for a decade almost. They did one last year, but it wasn't that. It was a really stupid little whatever. Anyway, the point is
stupid little fuck.
But all of the Star Wars, DC, Marvel, like they're not putting out sets with new minifigures that we don't have anymore, and that's got to be dropping sales. It's got to be.
Yeah, because. Yeah, why would you?
How many fucking Spider-Men do I need, man? Seriously, how many fucking Captain Americas and Iron Man and Thors?
What the problem is?
They need to start making those fun sets like they were doing like 5-6 years ago. What happened all that?
The problem is they just clearly you know where their priorities are because Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are the most important characters in the DC canon, right? And fine, and there's a reason why.
Mm-hmm.
There's more good Batman movies than bad Batman movies, and you know why there's a lot of them? Because people just love that character. But what sucks about that, and what sucks where they are with DC, where you have the Flash that gets delayed to forever, Shazam 2 gets delayed forever, Black Adam has nothing to do with Shazam, even though it should. You have Aquaman, who that movie keeps getting delayed. Then there's a Keaton version that's Keaton's in it. Oh, but we don't want to use him as Batman for this, so Batflack's in it, so he's in it. Well, we did those reshoots, but we're cutting that out again.
Figure the fucking shit out.
The reason people latched on to Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman because they've all had very good movies about them. The Donner movies. I enjoyed Man of Steel. You've got the Nolan Batman movies. You've got the Batman that just came out. You've got all these, and it's just these delayed. This is a good thing that it's delayed because of the strikes, but the other two times it's like, just fucking commit to something and release this fucking
Warner
movie.
Brothers is at the point now where they're going to have to start selling off their IP
what else?
to break even, and that's going to be sad.
You know what I hope gets at David Zaslav? I hope this really...
I'll eat your ass.
David Zaslav, because you decided to scrap Batgirl, a movie that cost you $90 million, and you lost hundreds of $1 million in that fucking Flash movie. And I hope it was worth it. I fucking hope it was worth it for you to latch on to Ezra Miller, latch on to this shitty person, and insist on making this movie come out, and then there's this other movie, this Batgirl movie that you say is bad. You said it was bad.
Oh, wow.
But your opinion doesn't matter because you said it was one of the greatest fucking superhero movies ever made.
You're a fucking executive, not a movie maker, you
I'm
fuck.
just
also,
put this damn Aquaman movie out.
You could have ridden a fucking huge Brendan Fraser comeback wave, dude. You know
Whale and Batgirl.
You know how excited people were to see him in that movie?
I wanted to see him as Firefly.
Me too. But I'm just saying, like... You fucking idiots, just don't know where your bread should be buttered, motherfucker.
DC has so many cool characters.
Oh my God, yes.
You know who figured that out?
Even the shitty characters are cool. Guy Gardner is cool.
You know who figured that out and figured out what rights they had and how it all worked? Kevin fucking Feige did. Kevin said, we can make Iron Man cool. We can make Captain America cool. Well, obviously, Thor is something completely unique that we can do and make it fun. And we'll do a fucking team-up movie. And then
fucking fantastic, dude.
So speaking of Marvel and Feige,
of course
and
they've
Disney,
lost their way.
Possibly delaying the Marvels one more time because that's supposed to come out in November, and they might be pushing that to 2024.
Like I care.
Go well, maybe fucking pay your maybe pay your writers and your actors, and you wouldn't have to fucking delay.
It does
this.
Look fun, so I do want to see it, and they already do have a Lego set out for it.
Tyler, drum roll. Get your mic into it, man.
Wait.
Wow. We got a returning segment. It's RoboCopalooza. Oh! Yeah, dude. Sorry. I'm sorry to everyone's eardrums. Sorry.
Car stereo. I really got to question the thought process of listening to a TV show commentary in the car while you're driving. You can't watch the show.
You gotta look. Life is full of choices, Tyler.
Here's what I'll tell you. You absolutely can do that as long as you're not trying to watch the show at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that.
And the other thing too is that we are super hilarious and entertaining. So even if you're not able to watch the episode, you're gonna get off on this one. You know what I'm saying? Not like that.
Oh,
what?
What a terrible start. All right, so we are actually going to do things a little bit differently. First of all, big shout out to RoboCopalooza coming back because we're going to be leaning on
27,000.
We're going to be leaning on that again because of the strikes.
But not everybody. I mean, we're
Well, I might go see at some point. I might go
the,
see the new TMNT. I might try and do that.
That looks actually pretty good.
For good reviews, but we're doing something different this time for.
We should have gone today.
I don't have money. I'm broke.
That's true.
So this is RoboCop the animated series, not to be confused with Alpha Commando. RoboCop the animated series.
This is the one
episode
that
5
only had 12 episodes because the 13th episode was scrapped so they could make Pride of the X-Men, which I've talked about on this show before. No, that's not that one. We should find that if we could find.
All right, so we're about to press play on RoboCop the animated series, episode 5, Brotherhood.
We thought it was. I thought it was a good. Because we already did the Clarence Boddicker episode, and we only talked about that. We did a review of it. We didn't actually do a commentary.
No.
But that show was
This is where RoboCop fights
crazy.
racists.
Right.
So
And we thought since we are out there fighting racists online all the time, it might be
this
fun
is like
to
a
see.
double one. It's
It
like a
might be fun
grifter
to see how
report.
RoboCop. It's a little bit grifter report. RoboCopalooza.
Mm. So
RoboCop a grifter report.
we are at 28 seconds into this.
Yes.
We're gonna hit play.
And then you're gonna get your mind blown.
Yeah. All right, ready? Here we go. Are you blowing your mind? Blow your mind. No, it's free your mind, and your ass will follow.
And your ment will follow. Your ment.
Oh. Great beat.
This shit is
with
knocking me out.
How many times do these cartoons start on a construction site?
Right? Yeah, those fucking droids.
It's like a grenade.
Okay, so the Brotherhood. Okay, so there's supposedly clan-like, Ku Klux Klan-like group
Yeah.
that they're using. You read the synopsis. They're
Yeah.
using like some sort of device to screw with robots and cyborgs.
Electromagnetic pulse bomb.
Wow, they're wearing white hoods. Holy
They really
shit.
are like.
Wow, there's no imagery here.
Yeah. These are full-blown Klansmen. I mean, their hoods are gray, though, Tyler. They're not fully
semantics, dude. Yeah, they're not necessarily hoods of hatred. They might be hoods of helping you shop for groceries.
Yeah. You know what always gets me about the KKK?
Did you see this
like-
dick? This dick is
Great way to cut me off.
Did you hear that guy was just a dick? He's just like, hey, if you go to the left, it'll follow you, and I can run away.
But you know what gets me about the KKK is like they're so first of all, they're horrible racists, horrible people, but like the fact that they use like their highest ranking member as like a grand wizard shows you how
freaks.
much a bunch of losers they are.
Yeah, they're fucking racist D&D players, basically.
Oh, now he's fighting this RoboCop's fighting a loader bot.
Against unhook the primary power cable. Where's that fucker? Get it. Nice job. Nice shot, Robo. RoboCop is the best.
I have had better days.
So far.
Dun dun dun. Brother? Hulk Hogan?
Wow, they're all racist.
The
towards
robo
robots.
racists. The Phobians. Robophobes. I'm trying real hard with that bit. Dude, how did this dude Hedgecock. He's like always bitching in every episode. Titanium
He's a fucking
toolbox.
robo racist, dude. Racist against robots.
Wow. Wait, are the Brotherhood like a bunch of like Luddite, like anti-technology racists?
Luddites,
like,
yeah. And you know what? I'll bet you there are two of them.
but the Brotherhood. I like how they picked the most vague name for this game. Oh my god. Dude, that dude is doing a Sig Heil. Look at his hand. Laying it on thick. Oh my god, it's anti-immigration too. Germs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of vibing with this episode.
This is a way deeper episode than they even thought when they were writing it. They finished it. They got the proofs back from Korea or whatever they had the animation done. They got the show back and they were like, "Oh, whoops, shit! Oh, dude, wow."
Whew.
Yeah. Huh, this is exactly how MAGAs get indoctrinated. I don't like
Telling
what
you,
they
man.
do, but I like their attitude. Fucking idiots. They tell it like it is.
Oh my god! I just think it's so funny that it's like this is a kid show.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Yeah. I'll be back, bitches.
I'm gonna go kill these racists.
Dude, fuck you, dude. Yeah. Dickhead.
He's not just a
You know what?
robot.
It's because Lewis wouldn't go out with them.
Hedgecock.
No, the dude in the body armor. I don't know what his name is. But all those dudes. It's about like some dude stole his girlfriend or some bullshit.
Just. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Electronics to defeat electronics.
And a German
Oh,
scientist.
they're going to kill that robot rat.
Oh. I don't know, but I got high. That's what he looks like.
Wow. Should this episode be called RoboCop Fights Racist Luddites?
My penis? Oh.
Oh, it's a Death Star. On
You
the
said the
Eiffel
big
Tower.
one. Sorry. Oh. I can't believe they put that in a kid's show. That joke is inappropriate.
So they unveil like this Death Star
Yeah.
device. Pretty much like an EMP. Oh, they're going to go after RoboCop.
Uh-oh.
Commercial break. Back in. I will say, New Detroit does have a lot of robots. Look, hey man, I'm pro work.
Bogus burgers? Look at that haircut.
Look, Tyler, I think machines have their purpose. Okay, I don't want to treat them like the Brotherhood because they're bad people, but I mean, I don't want robots to take away jobs.
Bowling for victims? Jesus Christ. Here's your burgers, bitch.
Oh, it's gonna.
Well,
oh, the robot's eating the burgers.
what a futuristic haircut. Wow.
Dude, fuck the food. You got a cash register.
Also, you're about to get murdered.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
They just got engulfed by the fucking trash can. The robotic trash mobile.
Jesus.
Wait, why are these trash mobiles able to crush cars?
Right? That shouldn't be a thing.
That's on the zoning commission.
You know what? That's on the designers.
Yes. More trash. Oh. Smacked him right into the pole. Oh.
Trash, 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 trash.
RoboCop is
Yeah, he's fighting
a light post.
Garbage. No, he's fighting with a light. With a
a meter maid thing.
okay, with a meter.
Yeah,
A
meter.
parking meter. Yeah.
God. Meter maid thing.
The meter maid thing. You know the thing that the meter maids check? You mean the meter? Yeah.
The parking meter?
Derp.
But he won.
Oh.
He took down the trash, the
He's going to take down this fucking clown now.
garbage truck.
Listen here, you fucking clown.
Hey, quit clowning around. Just fucking shoot it.
Nailed it. Fucking did it.
We're doing punch up on the show. So now he's beating the shit out of this clown robot that's at the burger joint. Oh, he
Well,
froze
that's a
him.
shitty robot. No, that's not that cold. What a shitty
A
robot.
human would freeze, but not a robot. Come on. It didn't take long to freeze in a freezer.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Oh. What about the people who are dead underneath the garbage, RoboCop?
They're dead.
The
Lost
beautiful
cause.
young couple. She was probably pregnant.
Wow. I love the backstory. Oh no, the EMP got. RoboCop's gonna shoot a bunch of people. Jesus.
Oh my God. Oh no. No. No.
Oh, thank God he didn't shoot someone.
Right? It was Lewis he's gonna shoot.
She kicked it into the air and shot it. Lose is a badass.
And there was a big explosion for such a small device.
pretty
Like
big.
it knocked her out. Like what the fuck? What? Yeah, what the fuck?
So how he revived her? He just put his hand on her shoulder.
Well, he is Jesus.
Oh, that is true. She's like, "Hey, you still got a human warmness to you," and he's like, "Hey,
You still got the right equipment, Murphy."
what's the penis situation?" Just comes right out and says it.
So what's the dick situation?
That's honestly my favorite thing about RoboCop is that Murphy and Lewis have a very platonic relationship. We've talked about it
even
on
at the
show.
very beginning.
Yeah.
When they could have had sex.
When it was so obvious that they were going to try, like any other movie, that would be the romantic interest.
You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. Did you see how that robot was cleaning him? She was on his crotch.
So did we just get like a...
Oh, you know he fucks that robot.
That guy sucks. That guy just sucks.
How did they get out of the garbage? I guess they made it. There was a couple that was under
Thank
the garbage.
God they made it.
That guy
Wow,
went
he's cross-eyed.
cross-eyed. He was so angry.
So pissed. Ah!
If I weren't a cop, I'd be a racist. Whoa.
What? That's not the saying. Wow. Wow.
Ooh. He calls him a toaster a lot. What? You thought it was an EMP. Robots.
Give us back our jobs.
Robots, some picketers outside.
What? Whoa. Wow.
Wow. Oh, I thought
It's really weird that all the people on strike,
Robomania.
all the people on strike in
Humans,
futuristic,
yes.
all the people on strike in futuristic Detroit are white.
Yeah.
Weird.
Wow. Some strong messaging in this
Recycle
kitchen.
robots.
Yeah.
Stop Robomania. Humans, yes. That's my favorite.
This isn't a bad episode. Holy shit, I've never seen him just put his helmet on the table like that. Like, people are just going to be okay with that? Wow, shots fired at the new Detroit Fire Department.
Jesus, yeah.
My robot was just jerking me off, and I
And I loved it. It was
I
great.
got post-nut clarity, and I can tell you all about it.
Post-nut clarity. Everything is clear.
Hey guys, do you fuck your robots? Wow. Some of these characters, he's scrolling through a database, and some of those characters don't look fully fleshed out. I'll be honest, the show itself has some polish to it. I'm not gonna say it's really terrible.
Ooh. No, it's I would say the animation on Alpha Commandos is superior to this.
Well, yeah, because that came out much later. Yeah.
Actually, no, like a year later.
No, it was like a decade or so.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause this is
88,
88.
You're right, you're right. But this show, I think, we've talked about how this is much more true to the movie. This show. The other one was clearly made for like another.
It's like an alternate timeline RoboCop.
Well, the theme song was made for somebody else.
Oh, an Alpha Commando for sure.
I can't remember how it goes. No kidding, you dumb motherfucker.
You dumb cyborg bitch.
You are a freak.
You know what? Fuck this.
Fuck
Just walks out. I'm done.
What the hell is this?
It's like a binoculars.
Oh.
Oh, he's chewing like a down periscope.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's going
Who's
to
on the
choke
ground?
him. Holy shit. Oh.
RoboCop is pissed.
0% credibility.
You can understand the stress in their voice.
It didn't take much. You didn't have to beat him up or anything.
Oh, get it? Because he has a robot rat.
Oh, nice one, Lewis.
Oh, wow.
What a dick.
I mean, he is the villain.
What?
Wow, Hedgehog is the worst.
Wow. Dude, wait! I can't believe you said that to the black cop. The white cop said that to the black cop,
Yeah.
like, and he's just like, that sounds an awful lot like, huh? What does that sound like?
Dun. This is a bumping. Dun 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 dun.
Fucking symphony of madness.
Breaking into the Brotherhood.
Yeah. With the museum.
Oh
of...
shit!
Oh my god! Whoa!
Shooting rockets out of the
That the
guys.
SWAT
Now
team?
it's like Twisted Metal.
Close the trap.
Seriously though,
Flesh
this synth
Brother?
in the background.
He just called him Flesh Brother
Ew.
because they're against robots.
Flesh Brother. Ew. Oh no, an EMP bomb.
Uh-oh.
No, you don't. Bitch.
Yeah.
Cybernetic what?
Suck?
Sop?
Sock? Suck?
Oh, massive EMP. Wouldn't this be bad for you? Wouldn't he like try and kill you?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to talk. I don't want to have too much dead space on this commentary, but
Well, the voice acting is so well done.
so superb.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
All of the this is why look,
Yeah, this is.
I'm not on the side of the Brotherhood.
Did
but
you see?
but
did you
these
see the
robots are
waitress?
taking away jobs.
Did you see the waitress walking towards the dude? You remember when I jerked you off? I'm gonna kill you now.
I'm gonna rip your dick off.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna rip. Yeah, I'm
What a
gonna
way
rip
to
it off.
what a way to die.
I mean, yeah.
No RoboCop. No, the Brotherhood are bad.
Yeah, you just been sitting there that whole time? Give me a break.
You know why they're bad? Because they call themselves Flesh Brothers.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
A little bit. There's a lot of trash bins in New Detroit. One punch. Good job, Lewis. One punch.
You can do it. Come on, Robo.
Uh-oh. Bolt bucket.
Bolt bucket. Baghead. Oh, she just speared this man. Oh, the targeting square. You got to rely on your human eyes, Murphy.
Uh-oh. That's the big twist.
Yeah, he's going to take his helmet off. Oh,
Wow,
Jake calls
You
it.
watch this show.
No, I don't preview. The way
Care for another hand job, boss?
she's got 4 arms. So you know one of them's up his butthole.
The whole fucking arm? Yeah, haven't you
No.
ever heard Stink Fist by Tool? Elbow deep inside the
Hey.
borderline.
Don't want to get copyright
Oh,
because that was such a beautiful rendition.
thanks.
They're gonna be like, we gotta sue.
Hey, god damn it, that sounds just like Maynard. A dickhole. That guy trying to be Maynard is not. It was one of the cops.
Ah, yeah, it was the guy talking to Hedgehog. His
Let's
buddy.
see how Lieutenant takes it. Let's see how the Lieutenant. Wow.
It's gonna blow. Get out of there.
Oh, darn. Wait, watch him save him.
Yeah, because RoboCop's a good guy.
I got you, you little bitch.
Allow me. He just fucking chucks him.
Motherfucker.
Bitch.
So the other two just get to remain.
You stinking machine.
Just drop
him.
his. Yes. Yep. Nice. What a piece of shit.
He just saved your life.
Shut up. Yeah, you fucking dick.
You know, if his name is Hedgecock, do you think he tried to pick someone up and going like, "Hey, baby, you want to trim my hedges?" And cock. Because my name's Hedgecock. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
You want to trim my hedges and touch my wiener?
That was RoboCop, the
That
animated
was pretty
series,
fucking
The
awful.
Brotherhood.
I mean, it was good.
Yeah, we're going to do a live reaction. There's commentary and review here. Okay, I like the message that it was driving home.
What was the message it was driving home? Fuck robots?
Well, the message the message of like,
don't judge a toaster by its cover.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it while doing the commentary. I was surprised at how like pretty on the nose it was about that these guys were kind of like the racist robophobes that hate technology, hate robots. Well, and it's also like this anti-immigration thing.
Well, oh my God, yeah. I mean, it's xenophobic.
Check your germs.
Yeah, it's back to the pile. It's xenophobia at its worst in all of its forms. Take your pick. And the funny thing, like,
but it does make sense why they would hate the technology, because they would lose their jobs.
They're Luddites, whatever. I get that, but here's the thing: is like, people that are out there talking about comics being woke and shit. And I'm sorry you don't understand this.
They've
but
always been like this.
Always have been.
Very woke episode of RoboCop, the animated series.
Right.
The whole message was hate is ugly and bad.
The X-Men are based largely off of the civil rights movement, which is kind of
even though Stan Lee
all
says
5 of the original kids were white, but
even though Stan Lee says that wasn't the intention in the first place, but
really.
Yeah, I don't like. He said it kind of developed into that. He didn't view it through that lens, but I feel like there was some subtext to it. You know what I mean?
Well,
like it became
I'm
that,
certain he
and
was
I think
inspired by what was going on in the country at the time.
There was always So I think there was
fear and hatred of another
whether
group of
he
people.
intended it or not. There was still that undertone to it.
Well, the point of it all is that hatred is ugly. And here's the thing, like Ryan Cannell, Nerdrotic, those guys, what is it, heel versus potato face? I don't know what the fuck is Melanie Mack, all these people. Like, I don't hate any of these people. I'm disappointed in them as human beings because they have taken the easy way out for gains, for material gains.
Because hate and anger makes money.
Right. And they all, to a person almost, use God and Christianity as a crutch. Which is just really horrible because you are so un-Christ-like. It's not even funny. No, but we've talked.
Because Jesus famously didn't like a group of people.
We've talked about this before. I don't have a problem if Melanie Mack has tattoos, but she's a true Christian, right?
Oh yeah, she's had to defend her tattoos with other Christians,
which
is ridiculous. But.
Right. It's ridiculous that she has to defend her tattoos. Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's also ridiculous that she's out there going like, I'm a true Christian. Well, it says in the Bible you shouldn't mark yourself up. So, I mean, hey, So, to me, like, watching a show like that, I don't know if they just need to have more shows like that on TV for kids or what, but...
Or, you know what? I'm also starting to think that I'm catching things that...
COVID?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not a funny joke.
Yeah, why would you do that?
That's not funny.
Insensitive.
Sorry.
That needs to be a drop. Insensitive.
Insensitive. Offended? Where the fuck is your sound?
Anyway.
Legend.
No, I enjoyed it. Actually, it wasn't a bad episode.
Really, really good.
I think. I'm sorry. What I was trying to get at was like the fact that I am catching something that I wouldn't have caught if I watched that as a kid.
Oh yeah.
Because I think, yes, they drive home hate is ugly, but to like really point it out, I love the fact that they used these guys in these gray hoods, and they kind of like they have like this weird like knight crest on them, and it's very clearly supposed to be like the KKK, or and they even have the hoods and everything. And I like that they still used them in a metaphor and didn't make it about humans. But the race was the robots, and they still did that and still had that kids show touch to it. Yeah. But also it was like pretty on the nose. It was like, hey, no, this is supposed to look like the Ku Klux Klan. So if you're Iowa, a kid and you see this, these are bad people.
Go in Iowa anywhere and be gay or trans right now. And I mean, I work with a trans person, and she's like really worried about like where she's gonna live. Yeah. I mean, these are things that you and I don't have to worry about. Mm-hmm. And that's horrifying. Like, how the fuck is that legal? And it's not, but who's going to stop? You know what I mean? Like, when you're in a marginalized group, nobody's going to help you. Even the places that are designed, the social nets or whatever that are there to help are not going to help you because you're in a group that's marginalized. That you're the reason why. Which came first, the social safety nets or the marginalized groups? Which came first? Which one was necessary for the other?
Well,
I mean, people have been marginalized throughout history, I guess.
Regardless, it was a fun episode. I enjoyed myself.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we got to watch it, and I'm glad we got to kind of point out that this is what we're doing every week. Sorry. But every week we do this show. Like, we're out here, and the reason why is because it's fucking up our whole world. It's fucking up our evolution as humans.
Yeah.
It really is. When you continue to just, I mean,
it's just frustrating.
In this day and age, we're still like freaking out about trans and homosexuality. I mean, you got to be kidding me. We should be like figuring out how to terraform Mars, motherfuckers.
That's the problem. Progress is slow. That's the problem.
Well,
but
I mean,
anyway,
the reason why I don't really dig on humanity. I mean, shit.
Okay, moving on.
Fuck off.
Thank you for your cooperation. Good night.
All right, that was fun. We hadn't really done. We had been talking about doing a RoboCopalooza with a live commentary. So there you go. Our live reactions.
I am hoping that the strike ends sooner than later, with obviously the people getting what they have earned. Mm-hmm. But if we have to keep coming up with segments to fill time every week because of the strike, so that they can get what they want, so be it.
And we'll keep doing RoboCopalooza. We don't give a shit.
We'll have to, because, again, we want to make sure...
There's plenty of movies that exist already. Like,
there's plenty of money for these people to get what they want.
Plenty of shows, plenty of movies.
All you got to do is just pony up the money, motherfuckers.
If you like video games, plenty of video games to play.
Fucking shit, man.
I just say...
Let me just...
Woo, yeah! Woo, yeah!
What is that from again?
It's a long box.
It's from my mouth. What do you mean where it's from?
Oh, that's that?
Yeah, what was that?
Oh, that's my uncle.
Woo, yeah! Woo,
really?
Yeah!
No. It's Alex Jones. You know what?
He's not your uncle?
No, but he did say,
I'll drink your blood.
Speaking of, I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows. That's not my long box, but I have been watching the new season. This is a great show. Just enjoy it. I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just binge watched this past weekend. I binge watched Twisted Metal. Yep. But I also binge watched the latest season of The Righteous Gemstones.
We've talked about this show before.
Yeah, this is. I've seen some people say it's their best season. I think I would. That first season.
Is it the final season?
No, it got renewed for season 4 because it had such high viewership. Like it was a huge hit.
Dude, it's a great show.
It's a perfect like dark humor.
That's why I love Barry, because it's
and what I noticed
alternately you're like laughing or like recoiling in horror, sort of.
What I love about this show is unlike like shows like I feel like shows like Seinfeld or How I Met Your Mother, or like sitcoms at that time. And it really started with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it's just kind of honest. Like, these are shitty people.
Yeah.
this show does a great job of making these characters shitty people, but then also kind of making me still care about them.
Yes,
because
it's fucking weird.
It does a great job of providing, like, every season they did it again.
So
every season, in the middle of it, they have the interlude episodes, and they did it again this season, and it added so much to the story. And it's like, fuck, man, I want to hate these people because they're shitty, but then you understand
see how
why
they became shitty. Yeah.
Yes, there's a reason why they're shitty, and yeah, it does a great job this season, and it.
One of the best interlude episodes was when they explain how, John Goodman's character was like a wrestler.
Oh God,
That
and he
whole
would break
fucking-
people's thumbs.
Right?
Oof.
What the fuck? Like, you're just like...
Oh, the interlude episode this season is pretty wild too.
Yeah.
Again, I know you want to watch it, so I'm not going to say any
Shut
spoilers.
your mouth.
Oh, take it easy. Walt, what I was really happy about is Baby Billy is featured a little bit more this season.
Awesome.
Because I don't know how it happened, but when Danny McBride found Walton Goggins, it was just like the perfect pairing. Because if you watch Vice Principals,
No, I need to.
dude, they
I
are
know that
so
they're-
fucking
yeah,
funny
I
together in
know.
that
I
show.
need to.
And you get more Baby Billy in here, and so you get a little bit more of Danny McBride's Jesse, that was his character. You get more of Jesse Gemstone and Baby Billy interactions, and it's great. And he his whole thing, his whole arc this season is just ridiculous because it's like at the end of season 2 they had that resort, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they in this season when he finally shows up, he's singing and performing at this resort. Which, by the way, he's like, they think that they could just get me to stay in this beautiful penthouse and be stuck here singing every day, living in paradise. But he's like, no, I got to get back in the spotlight. So then he wants to do a TV a game show. That's literally his whole arc, and it's kind of incredible how well written this show is because that stupid little idea interweaves to the main plot. Seamless, the writing on this show is still great, and I still really enjoy.
One of the things I really love about this show too, and I obviously hate bringing up Barry all the time.
Oh my gosh!
But violence.
Tyler's talking about Barry.
Violence in movies is not what violence in real life is.
Yeah.
Violence in real life is often what the fuck, unexpected, and it doesn't
it's
sound
scary and graphic.
Yes, and it doesn't sound like violence in movies. You know, like I was talking to my friend who was in Afghanistan. He knows, anybody who's been in combat knows better than anybody else that movie gunshots, that's not how they sound at all.
Oh, they're so much
almost never, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things about Righteous Gemstones that does it so well, in fact, that first episode where they run over the fucking motorcycle people, that's a perfect example because they don't zoom in and show it's just from far away and it's like, holy shit, did that just happen?
That's another thing I have liked about this show is there's
it's
a
very
lot of
realistic
practical stunts.
Although when what's his name carries the big fucking stone cross last season, that was a little
that was so fun, dude.
Great sequence.
Again, this show
there is some stuff that's out of weird, but
I'm impressed at how well I enjoy these characters and the way that this season ends.
That one dude's from Iowa, Adam Devine.
He's from Nebraska.
Fuck you. He's from Iowa.
He's from Nebraska.
Fuck you.
You want to look it up?
Yeah.
We claim him.
Yeah, I know you do.
Speaking of which, I've been a lot of.
A little pissy.
I've had a lot of
Fuck you, man.
I've had a lot of free time as of late, so I was watching. This past weekend, I watched The Outlaws. He's in that.
Are you
the
doing a
Netflix show.
second motherfucking?
No, I was just saying I watched it. Didn't say I was. No. What made me really realize how much I enjoy this season is again how well I always appreciate. And you and I have talked about this on this show.
Waterloo, Iowa, bitch.
No, yeah, but he claims he's from Nebraska.
Okay, let's look.
He had a whole special in Omaha and everything. He did.
You're right.
Aha!
Raised in Omaha, Nebraska.
You
and graduated from Millard South High School.
That's right. So he was born in Iowa, but he's in Nebraska.
Yeah, well, fuck you. I was born in North Dakota, but I'm an Iowan. Well, Reynolds, you keep this bullshit up, and I'm going to claim myself as a North Dakotan again. Fuck.
I'm going to smack you with your own mic. But what I love about it, and we've praised other movies and shows that do this, it does a great job of interweaving the gross, crazy violence with dark humor, really funny humor, and it continues this season, and there's
I'll watch it.
It goes places that I wasn't expecting, and it's great. Big fan. So
Good.
I binged the whole thing. It was that good. And it's just a great cast. Great cast.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Perfect cast. The dude who plays BJ is fucking funny as hell.
He's been in some other stuff, but the girl who plays the sister, I don't think I've seen her in anything else.
Yeah.
And she's fucking great, dude.
They're all funny. They're all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
anyway,
yeah.
what's your long
So my
box?
long box is I've been, like I said, I've been letting my stuff lapse and just watching stuff that I've watched before. And one of the shows that I love all time is News Radio. And one of the things about the cast is Dave Nelson plays Dave Foley plays Dave Nelson of Kids in the Hall of Fame, plays Dave Nelson, and Dave Nelson's from Wisconsin, and he grew up, and one of the things about his character is that he watched a lot of TV growing up. And one of the shows that he loved was Green Acres. It comes up from time to time in the show News Radio that he's a big Green Acres fan. And I always thought that's weird. And, I knew of the show, but watching Roku one day, and I'm like, I'm bored with all these other shows that I watch consistently over and over again. Oh, hey, Green Acres, why don't I try this? And it fucking actually is a really funny show compared to, for our sensibilities, it's actually really funny. It's well written. It's very rapid fire dialogue and very, very over the top. It's almost like if you took, it's almost like a live action Family Guy, sort of, kind of. Just the way things happen, like, they don't make sense. Obviously, there's one where he's got this shitty tractor, and everything about this farm, it's about a guy and his wife that moved from Manhattan to a farm in Indiana, and he's a successful attorney and he's a bad farmer. And the tractor that he has, just a really shitty tractor, and he plugs up the leaks in the in the carburetor, pours water in to see if it worked, and sure enough, the hose is not leaking. And he's like, all right, cool. And his farmhand, Ebb, is like, well, you might want some more tape. And he's like, why is that? And he's like, because it's a radiator. And they show the front of the truck and all this water's leaking out. He's like, oh, goddamn, this tractor, So he kicks the wheel of the tractor, and the wheel starts shooting water out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes no sense. But a lot of it is just for the sensibilities of the 60s, it's actually really... I've actually found myself laughing out loud a couple times.
I think... That's something that's interesting. I think funny is funny to you, no matter what it is. Like, I remember...
My mom said, she was like, you go ahead, finish your...
Oh, yeah. No, I was just saying, like, I remember, and I think I've talked about it on the show before, but I remember in our American history class one time, we were talking about, like, vaudeville and all that, and we were talking about the Marx Brothers, and we watched Duck Soup. This movie was made in 1933, but it's making me laugh, and it's still so, like, I get what you mean, where it's like you can tell it's an older show, but it's still like funny is funny to you. So,
well, like one example, like there's something always wrong with this house. Always, they have a telephone, but it's at the top of the telephone pole because they didn't have enough wires to put it in the house. So every time they need on Green Acres, every time they need to use the telephone, they got to climb up the pole. Now they have electricity, but all their electricity comes from one outlet that's on top of the electricity pole.
All blocks, like
on the electricity pole. So they have to go up the pole and down to use the telephone, and then there's a separate one that they have to go up and down to plug in this thing so that they can have electricity in the house. Oh, wow. Everything goes wrong for this guy, but it's just campy and really silly. And one of the other things I didn't realize, there's a sitcom from that time called Petticoat Junction. And I was watching the Green Acres, and it goes through the credits, and it's like guest stars, da-da-da, and then it's like guest stars from Petticoat Junction. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I looked it up, and Green Acres is a spinoff of a show called Petticoat Junction. So from time to time, there's this huge... The Beverly Hillbillies are part of this...
It's a universe?
Shared... I'm not kidding, right? You're like, what?
The Green Acres shared universe?
This idea of shared universe is way fucking older than we thought, right? So I go to my mom, and I'm just like, I'm totally joking. But she's like... And I'm like, hey, Mom, I explained this whole thing to her. I'm like, I'm just really disappointed you didn't tell me it was a spinoff from Petticoat Junction. And she's rolling with the bit, And she's like, well, I just wanted to see you surprised. like, yeah, well, fuck you, But it was just kind of interesting. And she said to me, she's like, I know why you like that show. And I'm like, Why is that? She's like, because it's so campy. But you know why I really like the show? Ava Gabor. Ava Gabor is fantastic in her role. She's the spicy wife, the city wife, who's always trying to get Oliver to go back to New York, but she's very, very at home in the country. And she's just fantastic. And one of the running bits is that she's so gorgeous compared to like everybody else in this valley. So whenever anybody sees her, they're like, "Oh my gosh, hello, Mrs. Douglas." Like, wow, you know. And there's a bit where Eb is trying to teach Mr. Douglas or Oliver how to milk a cow. I cannot tell you how many whack-off jokes flew right through by my head. And I'm like, this show was in the 60s? Like, there's seriously so many jokes about guys whacking off and shit when they're trying to teach the milking. You know what I mean? So there's that stuff too. There also
low-hanging fruit.
There also are some troublesome parts. There was a episode about a rainmaker. And I told you about that off the air.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, for all I know, this guy's Greek, but he's swarthy, and they're like, put on a headdress, and here's a fucking drum and a thing, and just, you know, act like an Indian. And it's like, it's so racist and bad, you know. But in general, though, except for that one, the first season, that's really the biggest, like, ooh, times were different. You know what I mean? Everything else is fairly progressive. Like Lisa, his wife, Ava Gabor's character, is incredibly independent. For that time, they show her in her nightgown a lot, which is kind of, you know, whatever at that time. She is very, she's not, you go from like a Donna Reed, Leave It to Beaver, where like the wife was, you know, obviously not independent. She was kind of the housewife, but those two characters are kind of like, hey, listen, why did you play that? I'm not done talking.
Oh, it's the Oscars. You got to wrap it up.
Well,
I thought I was trying to find a natural end.
Well, no, I'm almost done. But they act a certain way as wives, as housewives, whatever, in that time.
Yeah,
and it's acceptable. If you
they slept in separate beds, I Love Lucy.
Well, you know, the more I don't want to say saucy, and I don't want to say something like talking back, because that's, you know what I mean,
sassy,
I guess.
I think sassy's
as
fine.
time has gone on, obviously, you know, they've gotten more and more, you know, and they should, because
but that became a trope too. The wife was smart and the man was dumb. And,
right, exactly. And but the point is that for that time, knowing what the time was like and how societal mores were,
you're saying
it's
they give
very
her more
refreshing to see a female character. Almost all the female characters in the show are very progressive. The funny thing is one guy shows up with long hair, and there's a lot of bad humor about that. Like, I didn't know your nephew was a girl.
Well,
and like, you know,
you know what, Green Acres, you've been canceled.
I highly recommend it. Actually,
fuck,
check it out.
Shit, I totally misread that whole segment. I thought you hated it. Tyler, it's been another week. Another time with friends in my basement.
Hanging out, being a couple of idiots.
Singing to you at the end of a show.
Across the table that's broke, we need a new table.
Hey-oh.
Hey!
Broken table. I got a fucking broken table.
Like the table. It's broken.
Breaking that table.
Breaking the table so we get a new one. It's expensive. It's like $65, motherfucker. That's expensive.
Inflation gets us all, man.
God damn you, capitalism. All I want is a new table for Christmas.
Please, sir, can I have a table?
Not until you've had your meat. You can't have your pudding unless you've had your meat.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.